Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Shayne and I'm here to teach you how to defend in Barbarian Assault. I'd like to throw in a disclaimer and say that this guide is not for BA pros, leechers, or anyone looking to trial for a Barbarian Assault clan. These are basic techniques that would be great for people that want any penance item or are looking to tally off part of their Kandarin diary. The Defender role has a reputation for frustration, but with that being said, it's my favorite role. With a little practice, it's also one of the fastest and easiest. Most guides I've seen on YouTube show awful, complicated techniques, and I'm here to show you clean, simple ones that work a million times better. Before we start, you should know a few things. You should be playing with nothing in your inventory. There are also two traps used to kill runners. There's a west trap and an east trap. Don't use the west trap. Do not build barricades near the entrances and exit, it's a waste of time. Shooting the cannon with eggs does not lose you any points. Just don't shoot the blue eggs because they make it so that monsters can't be damaged while they're stunned. Each runner that gets through the southern cave will make everyone on the team lose 3 points, up to a total of 10, so try not to let them through. And the last thing is that being fast is the key to being a good defender. The faster you can use the method, the better. So let's move on to the defender's job. As a defender, your job is to lure all the penance runners into a runner trap to kill them. You must also repair the trap with logs and a hammer as needed, and tell the healer what type of poison food they should use on the penance healers. When you start a wave, you should use the blue dispenser on the southern wall by clicking on it. You'll notice your inventory be filled with a horn, which you must right click and call out the type of poisoned food that the healer should be using on the penance healers, which can be found here. The call changes every 30 seconds, so you have to call every 30 seconds for the healer, and he should be doing the same for you. This is super important because if you or the healer don't know what type of food to use, then they can't do their job without costing the team points. You'll also notice lots of food in your inventory consisting of tofu, crackers, and worms. These are the foods that you can left click to drop on the ground to lure runners to the trap. Should you ever run out of food, you can reuse the blue dispenser on the wall to get more. For the sake of this video, I'll be using two terms to describe food. There's good food, which is called to you by the healer and can be seen here every 30 seconds. If eaten by a runner, the runner will stay in place or move. And then there's bad food, which when placed and eaten by a runner, force the runner to run back north. This food is any of the other two foods that was not called to you by the healer. These foods can be placed to bring escaping southern runners back to the trap. It should also be noted that once dropped, good food will remain good on the ground, and bad food will remain bad, even after the call changes. For this reason, you shouldn't be picking up your food. After using your dispenser and calling for the healer, click northeast on your minimap to around here. Place one bad food here, just south of the trap and just under where the cannon sits. This food isn't necessary, but it acts as a backup in case any runner moves south. Run to the square just north of the trap and place the appropriate number of good food down. On wave 1, you place 2 down. On wave 2, you place 3 down. On waves 3 through 10, place 4 down. If you want to get used to the motion, just go ahead and place 4 down for all of the waves. If a runner eats this good food and the trap is repaired, the runner will die. Spot 1 is the tile where you place your optional 1 bad food. Spot food is here, just north of the trap. This is spot 3 and it's called the trail. Spot 4 is here and it's called the main stack. Spot 5 is optional, but should be done if you're new or just learning. It should be known that the trail can be placed anywhere in this general area, but for the sake of this video, I'll consistently use the spot. Stopping to place food here is more reliable for newer players. It should also be known that you can skip stopping to set your trail food by simply clicking directly on the main stack area from this location and clicking on a food in your inventory to drop it on the way to the main stack. This method is for more experienced players. After placing your good food just north of the trap, you'll want to head to the trail spot, which is between these two spikes. Here you'll want to place 1 bad food. You can actually place 1 good or bad food here, but I recommend using a bad food, that way you can save an extra good food for your main stack. Once your trail food is set, run to this spot located at the corner of this spike. This is your main stack and it's super important. Runners that stray off will be led back to the main stack. Place the rest of your remaining good food from your inventory here. This should be 4 to 5 good food. On earlier waves, you can place less. If you want to be safe, place all of the good food that you've got. From here, you'll want to run to the closest log, grab it, and place a bad food down. This bad food is meant to deal with double westies, which is when 2 runners head west straight out of the spawn. This food is optional, but I recommend using it if you're watching this guide. On waves 1 through 4, just grab that 1 log. On waves 5 through 8, grab 2 logs. On wave 9, grab 3, just in case something goes wrong. On wave 10, you'll want 2. After getting your logs, quickly pick up a hammer that's lying on the ground and run back to the spot just north of the trap. If the trap isn't at 0, wait until a runner eats a food and brings it to 0, then stand on top of the food you placed earlier. If it is at 0, just stand on top of said food. At this point, you'll want to click on the trap and repair it. By now the call will have changed and you'll have to call again for the healer. Place down all of the good food that was just called to you in your inventory. Sit here and don't move until all of the runners have stacked next to you. Once you don't see any more runners around except for the ones next to you, move 1 square south onto the trap and stay there. The runners should die. Staying in this spot ensures that the runners don't run south because you're blocking them from doing so. After you finish your job, you can stand over here. Standing here makes it possible for you to lure healers and trap them behind a wall so that they can stay still. If you're not having any luck luring any healers, feel free to shoot the cannon. You'll want to shoot the healers. If they're all dead, shoot any of the other monsters. Just don't shoot the blue eggs. And that's about it. It's really not too bad. I think Defender has a bad rep because new players just don't understand the mechanics. But with a little bit of practice, you'll have no problem. With that being said, that's all I have for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to join my clan chat, which is Lord Shayne with a Y, or comment below and I'll do my best to answer them. So yeah, I'm Shayne, and I'll catch you later.